Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Yesterday we did some, well, important work on this Fusion Carpinus project. Some new trees were planted in a revolutionary toilet paper. So just we used toilet paper to wrap the roots. But now, of course, I need to have a look at the top part of the tree and see how I can tie some of the things together. And, well, we need to have contact if we want to have fusion. So that's going to be the goal for today. So let's have a close look at the trunk and what we have. This is one of the new little trees. Stays quite well where it's supposed to stay, but in a year it will be well fixed in the pot, and it will still be a very young and flexible tree. So this is not a thing that will be done in 1 year. Then of course we have a whole lot of gaps here. You can stick your finger through it, so that's gigantic. At the back the same. And then we go up a little and we see that the wire that I had here is starting to bite in the tree, which means that there's going to be fusion very soon. But it became quite obvious in the last years that most of the people that are trying to do fusion have the same problems with these aluminum wires. These are really... You can use a 1 millimeter aluminum wire, but it's too thick and it's causing all kinds of problems because it bites in. And, well, 1 millimeter is quite thick. So from now on I'm going to use these steel wires to do that. Because, well, they're a whole lot smaller and therefore they are not biting in as much. And I'm just going to remove these aluminum wires, and this steel wire is also very cheap, but it breaks quite easily, so it's a luck that it's cheap. So I'm going to redo this. Well, it's not bad. I'm going to include another one. So okay, I'm going to tighten this. Problem is, if you put too much pressure on these very thin wires, well, they are going to break, so you often have to redo it. Okay, so maybe a good idea is to take a piece of thick electric wire. Well, you know, I'm going to try, why not? I'm going to take a big electric wire, like so, apply the pressure on that one, so that everything stays where it's, well, that everything is where it should be. And now maybe I just can tie this small one without forcing it, and then when I release the blue electric wire, tension will be on the other one, but I'm not going to break it by pulling too hard in the beginning. So that's maybe a good idea. Work in stages. So this is almost good, I think. Okay. Clean it up a little. I'm going to release the tension here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And now, of course, I'm going to remove the aluminum wire, and you see this ugly thing here. Well, eventually the tree will grow over it, but if you can avoid it, it's better. So same up here. Of course, because here there is a aluminum wire, I'm gonna leave it for now. And just put an iron one a little above it. Tie it. And if you can put the pressure by hand, it's better, of course. Top of this tree is not okay. When I started this video yesterday, before realizing that one of the trees died, I just wanted to work on the top. And, well, turned out differently. Okay, so I need to put a wire in the bottom part too, because this is not going to be okay. This might be a heavy one. You see, I used these plastic clamps last year, and they bite in very, very fast. So, yeah, that's not a good idea too. So, maybe try to give some basic tension with this one. No. Well, you can't use them 100 times, I feel. Maybe I should straighten it first. Yeah, I'm gonna straighten it. Okay, so now this might be some heavy tension. And I'm wondering if the small wire will hold this. But I have a bigger size of this steel wire. Maybe I can use that. Yeah, anyway, the copper wire does the trick for the moment. It's a little tricky because you don't want to crush the new young plants. I must take care of this one. And this big branch is doing a real strange twist here, you see. So I'll try to put this one here, but that might be complicated. I'm going to switch sides. 1 second, because when you try to film this as well, it's not helping. Yeah, that's good. But I'm still... No, it's still bending, so I'm not destroying it. Okay. So these are the new little seedlings. That's okay. They're in the bundle. We have new ones here. Would have been better if there was one on each side, but that's a little too late, I'm afraid. So, well, we'll see. If they grow, it's okay. If they don't grow, yeah, I cannot get this one out. Maybe I can just cut off the tip and then, because it's just a seedling, and if I let it grow here in the hole, it's a whole lot better. over on this side so that I can include it later on. Yeah, that's better. Now I have to replace this blue wire with another one. So this is a thicker version of this steel wire. Of course, you use a thicker wire, then you have the same problem as when you use the aluminum wire, but still a little less, because this is not a millimeter, it's a half millimeter. So if it starts to bite in, the scar will not be as big. And this can stand a little more pressure. Anyway, I think if you do this with really tension on your trees, you must get the wire off every year. And the best thing to do that, I think, is just put a new wire on another spot, well, 1 centimeter above it or under it, and then remove the old one so that the biting in is not that severe. Okay, so let's see what it does when I remove the blue one now. Well, it does what it's supposed to do. So, yes, there are still some spots where a little tension can be used. Maybe one here. So I'll do this quickly. So that's done. That's good. Okay, so let's have a look at the overall shape of the tree now. The pot is still tilted like I did it yesterday. So, and this, well, if you remember, this is the back with the big stone. And then we have, well, quite an acceptable, I must say, I think it's not bad at all. We have a quite acceptable turn here. Well, it's elegant. Might be good to put an extra wire here. Yeah, just gonna do that quick, 1 second. So I was saying, quite elegant, not straight but not ridiculously S-shaped curved. And then we have the top tree, the front tree here, which comes from the back, which is very strange. Yeah, it comes from the back and then it does this. And this is supposed to be the top tree. And then we have a tree here in the back, a top in the back. Yeah, and I don't think it is good, but there are possibilities. So let's come a little closer to see what we could do. Okay, so I didn't move the tree, just came a little closer. Now we see that the two trees that are making the top, this one is behind the other one, but I have a very interesting branch here. I have a few little ones that are coming from other trees or side branches, I don't know. So maybe I can get rid of this, because the other tree, the main tree, well, it has quite a lot of side branching here, and if I miss some, I can use the little ones here. So I think I'm just going to lose this portion here up to this point, just get it off, and then, well, fill up the gaps with what I have here. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. So that's going to be a rather big cut, but that has to be done, so let's just do it. So I'm going to do that in 2 times. First the big cut and then readjust if it is necessary. Okay, let's have a look.
Just like that.
Well, you see, Nigel Saunders just invaded my video. This is terrible. This man is everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to clean this up now a little better. Now this is green, you see, this is green. The other one yesterday, well, it was not green, was dead. So, nibble my way through it. Maybe try to make it a little... Ah, that's a good one. I sharpened my tools this winter. So you don't see a whole lot of difference, except that, of course, you gain taper. Okay, it looks like my battery just died, so I'm charging right now. So this is the front now, and you see we still have a whole lot of possibilities here with all these little branches, and this top is even without the little branches, so this is quite a consequent. Yeah, it's good. So okay, I'm going to just put a little wire here so that the small twigs here at the back can fuse on the tree here. So this is a little wire, not too much pressure, because might destroy the little ones. You don't want to destroy anything. So that's done. So with this branch I can create a very nice side and back if I wire it up, which I might just do. I don't know, might cause some cutting in. Okay, so just going to take a small piece of wire, put it in the wire that I used for the fusion, just push it down a little, or push it down a whole lot, so that I can remove the wire and that it bounces back. So that's good. Okay, now a little trimming, just getting all the final butts off. Not a big deal, of course, but if you want the tree to start to make some ramification. So I'm going to work with directional pruning. The butts that you want to keep are the ones that are pointing in the direction where you want the tree to grow. So this one, I have a bud here, so that's better. So just the final one here, this one, this is very long, it's really not good. I'm going to keep the one that points here. They're starting to swell. Oh, it's nice. I'm so glad the winter is almost over. Yeah, here I have two branches at the same spot, which is not good. So it would be better if I had something to push this one. Yeah, so this is the front. I have nothing here, so it would be nice to have this one here. I'm going to take a piece of bamboo and push it. Yep. And I'm going to anchor it on this one. So if I can do it with bamboo, it's cool. So I don't have to use wire, because when it starts to grow, it's going to bite in. So you see, the problem is these two are really parallel, so it would be better to have this one over here. So if I can just take advantage of the two forks that I have here, so this one and this one, that would help. It's a quite fragile construction, but as you see now, this being the front, this branch is now filling up this space, so that's much better. So let's continue the trimming of the ends, making everything a little shorter, always looking that one becomes two. Not too sure about this. This is going, well, this is not going where it should be. Well, it might be the good one in a couple of years, but well, definitely this is not good. This is ridiculous. Okay, well, this is a dead little piece. Ah, yeah, I see where it's coming from. Yeah, the remaining part of the dead tree from yesterday. This is pointing down. It's not supposed to go down. It's supposed to come up because it's a deciduous tree. Could I just fix it? Well, honestly, I don't think I'm going to keep this branch in the future. It's not well positioned, it's not thick, but it might help in thickening these trees at the lowest part of the fusion. So I'm going to keep it for this year, same here, but these probably will have to go next year maybe. But for the time being, it's making the sap circulate in the tree. This is not a good branch. You see, it's coming back. So I'm going to get rid of this portion here. This portion should go. And this little one can stay, because it's much better. I have a bud here, so I can probably get rid of that. It's still going to freeze, so be careful. Things might still get a frostbite. So I'm shortening everything. This is not a good branch, so I'm going to remove it completely. Leaves me with a little nothing here. That's, well, this will fill up, yeah. Okay, so this is good. Just going to reduce the top a little more. And this year I'm going to work on the conical shape. I really want to make it a triangle. Now I hear you saying that this is not a natural habitat for a deciduous tree, and you are right, but I have to keep this calm and I have to keep this growing. So the triangle is the perfect solution. And then of course when we have thicker branches here and already some ramification, I can make a choice of the little twigs that I want to keep here and start building a round crown. But that's not for this year. So I think I'm there now. Yeah. Okay, so this concludes the work on this bundle fusion. Only thing we can do now is hope that everything grows and that the little seedlings that I planted are doing okay. And then we see, maybe we can cut back some more stuff in the beginning of the summer or at the end of spring. And that's gonna be it. So hope you liked it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.